Hello everyone, we would like to welcome you all to another episode of this 10-minute devotional. I hope that you and I sitting here has caused a difference in your life, because we take care of things over here to tape this and to put this out in the media. It takes a lot of effort for it, and we are happy and grateful that you're watching, and we are happy and grateful for all the help that we can get. So last week, the topic that we saw for last week was how to dissolve the I in self, where I, my own feeling, my own memory, and how do I dissolve that and get into the word of Christ. And so this week, the topic for this week is going to be, why is my mind chattering? So this is a very profound thing that we have to understand. A mind in a human being always brings up many thoughts, many layers and layers of thoughts, layers and layers of emotions, layers and layers of thinking. These types of thinking, thought and emotion that comes to a human being always forms a sense of, how do I say this to you? Forms a sense of you cannot get out or you cannot break through. Why does this chattering of the mind, or why does this chattering in the mind a very explicable topic or a very serious topic? Seriously, first you have to understand that your mind is chattering. You and me sitting here, let's just think about the past, or let's just think about what is happening right now. How many times have you let any type of thought come into you, take control over you and regulate your life? And how many times that these continuous chatter that you're hearing in your minds, how many times has it take dominance in your life? And when it took that dominance in your life, you let it take dominance in your life, and sometimes it is still taking that dominance. So the chatter is a habit. Do you understand, or do I understand, that my chatter is a habit? My chatter is my own making. And when it is your own making, when it is of your own mind, you know that you can break that chatter through any way possible. But the main thing that you have to break now is not just only chatter. Only have to break the sense of loneliness, or a sense of standpoint where you think you have the power for everything in your own control. But that is not true. You have to go into the will of the Father, tap into His blessings for you to understand that there is no chatter and there is only this reality. So what does this chatter bring? Chatter brings inner conflict. This inner conflict that we see in chatter always mentions a state of depreciation or depression. Chatter brings that. Chatter also brings happiness, but it was only for a momentary thing. So I've always told you, positive things of happiness are good, the negative things of happiness are not good. So the first thing that we're going to see in chatter is, are you aware that you have a habit of chattering? I am aware that I have a habit of chattering. You can tell it to me like, hey there young chap, please do stop chattering, and I will stop chattering. But if I don't get hurt by it, if I understand what you're really trying to say, I will ask you back, what am I chattering? What are you thinking that I'm chattering? So that sense of understanding is there for me, to know that when you tell me that I am chattering, I will accept it and I will learn to better my ways. Why can't this be the same thing for you as well? Why can't this be your reality when it is mine? So let us see, what are the Bible verses for chattering? Because this is a very viable topic that we have to talk about in this 10-minute devotion. So the first thing that we're going to see is, what is chatter? Chatter may be in a form of a sense of understanding, a sense where it is put in your mind, or sense of gossip, even a sense of relationship. Chatter is there, chatter is present. And these unnecessary chatters, what are they? Let us read the Bible. Proverbs chapter 23 verses 29. This is the New King James Version for easier understanding. So listen to this. Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? And who has wounds without cause, that is bruises? And who hath redness of eye? They that tarry long at the wine, they that want to drink wine, and they that mix the seeking of wine. So this wine concept is a bit of a chattering in the Bible, and you can relate this wine concept in whatever thing that is affecting in you, in your life, with the same chattering. So look not thou upon wine when it is red, when it is given his color in the cup, when it moveth itself all right. At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like a deer. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. Yet thou shalt be light down in the midst of the sea, as he has light upon the top of the mast. They have strike me, shalt thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I have not felt it. When shall I awake for me to find another drink? So yeah, what does Proverbs chapter 23 verse 29 talk about? This talks about the concept of wine. Man taking the concept of wine or alcohol as a sense of chattering, where when he drinks it or when he consumes that product, he gets hallucinations. He doesn't know where he is. He does not have a sense of understanding. There is no stability in the mind. So this wine concept that I am talking about is a basis of chattering. And if this wine itself is a chattering product or a chattering concept, you can bring the other things of your life like money, sex, power, drugs, or all these types of things are also a process of chattering. And when you apply it, these types of chatter does not bring you any happiness or bring you any comfort. It just only brings you pain. Do you want to feel pain? I don't think you do. And I don't want to feel pain either. This pain that this chattering is causing, this pain that you're feeling right now will break free. And when will it break free? When you stop looking to the things of the chatter, or when you stop looking to the things that will take you to the in-depths or the dark place or into a hole where you will not come back out. Do you want to fall into a well? Or do I want to fall into a well? No, that is not our understanding. We only want to see, focus, and understand what causes the chatter. And when that chatter is acknowledged, you see a solution for it. So that is the first thing. What is chatter? Chatter is unnecessary woes, unnecessary problems, unnecessary temptations, unnecessary things are chatter, and you have to stop this chatter. So this is the first thing that we saw. The second thing that we're going to see is change your chatter. When I say change your chatter, it does not mean change your chatter from one topic to another. It means change it altogether or leave it alone. When I say change your chatter, let me tell you something. Conflict brings chatter. And when this chatter is there in your life, you need that to change for you to understand that this chatter is just momentary or this chatter is of this life. Because after you die, the things of your mind, the thought process that you have created, the memories that you have collected, it does not go anywhere. It dies with you. So why do we want this unnecessary chatter in our lives? So change your chatter. The Bible verse for that is Matthew chapter 23 verses 25 to 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. Scribes are prophets. So God is talking about prophets. Hypocrites, for you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within yourself you are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisees, clean first that which is within the cup and the platter, that the outside may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto withered sepulchres, which indeed appear before outward, but are within dead man bodies and all cleanliness. So, when I say change your chatter, what does the Bible say during the process of it? When you take the process of changing your own chatter, when you accept that you have chatter, you know that you have to change it, and that acknowledgement or that understanding is the first step. And during the process of changing your chatter, certain things might come into your mind that you may think that you're not enough, and you being in the position that you are, listen to this, and being in the situation that you're in, you think you cannot let go of that chatter, or you think you cannot let go of that thing that is troubling you. But that is not true. What does God say? In a cup, it is clean on the outside, but it is dirty on the inside. And sometimes in the heart also, it is the same thing. So how many times in the soul, in our own soul, how many times they are dark, or how many times they are not clean? How many times the things that are keeping us awake at nights, or these dark things that you're thinking, are in the soul? So you keep your outward clean, you clean your outward, and you keep the inward. Why is that there? When you keep the inward clean, that is when your outward changes into a more livable being. So you whitewash the building, but then inside there are dead bones and dead bodies and dead things inside. How is that possible? You have to take them out for you to clean from the inside to the out, and that is very important to see. So change your chatter. Change it into a state of understanding that your inward is clean and your outward is clean. And when that inward is clean, the inward is being your soul, your heart and your mind. All these three things should be clean. And when they are clean, When you understand that they are clean, that is when you will understand that this chatter that you have developed, or this chatter that has been growing on you or latching to you in this understanding, will not suffer or will not provide any type of basis for the future and the present also. So stop this chatter and change that chatter. So the third thing that we're going to see in this same thing is like, choose control over chaos. So let me tell you what this is. This when there's a conflict, put it in your own mind. When there's a conflict in your own mind, you have to understand that the conflict that you're facing right now is of your mind. It is created by it, and the soul that is there, it is created by your own self. And when a thing is created by your own self, you know that you can break that chatter. See, let me tell you something. A person, a human being, takes a drug when he has chatter to quiet him down, and when he's quieted down, he takes another drug in the morning to wake him up. So what am I talking about here? He takes a substance in the night for him to quieten down, or in the evening, or whenever that time is, for that apt time he takes it to calm himself down. Why? Because he thinks he has chatter. And then he wakes up the next morning and goes for a cup of coffee, and that is also a drug, and that also is waking him up. And this process that he has is continuously going on. And how will there not be conflict if there is continuous frustration or continuous thinking in their own being? How will there not be conflict? When you understand the will of the Father and you sit with God or sit with the Father in Him with total awareness, any type of conflict that you see in this world will be a sort of a mirage. How do I say this? I said this last week also. It will be sort of a mirage because it will not be there. When you sit in total awareness that Christ is there with you and you are in the will of the Father, and you see the things that are present in front of you, or you see the problems, that is when you will know you need a solution. The third thing that we are going to see right now is choose control over chaos. Psalms 37 verses 5 to 9 talks about these things. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust Him and He will help you. He will make your innocence radiate like the dawn, and the justice of your cause will shine like the noonday sun. Please listen to this. Verse 7. Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for Him to act. Do not worry about evil, people who prosper, or fret about their wicked schemes. Stop being angry. Turn from your rage. It only leads to harm, for the wickedness will be destroyed, but those who trust in the Lord will possess the land. How do you choose control over chaos? Let me read that again. Verse 8. Stop being angry. Turn from your rage. Do not lose your temper. It only leads to harm, for the wicked will be destroyed, but those who trust in the Lord will possess the land. God is talking about when you have chaos in your life, in your own personal reasons, in your own conflict, you take Him as a stability point, or you be in Him in having a stable point in Him. And when you have Him as your stable point, or when you have Him as a foundation or a rock, as Christians as we call it, a rock of foundation, that is when you know that no chaos will come over you or no chaos will consume you. Because you can see the only thing when a chaos or when a problem comes in front of you, you do not see the problem. You do not see the problem. You see the Christ that is in front of you. And when you see the Christ that is in front of you, the problem fades away. And slowly when it fades away, it is gone out of your life. So choose control over chaos. Any types of things, you have to choose control over chaos. So this type of chattering in the mind and in your own understanding, in your own sense of perspective, in the things that are inside you, keep generating continuously. And how do you stop this chatter? It cannot be stopped completely also. When you try or when you think about stopping chatter, it does not stop completely, doesn't it? It brings about another thing, another dimension. So you have to stop that and start looking at Christ. And when you have a prime focus on Christ, on only Christ, the things that are coming around you is only a secondary thing, because your main focus is in Christ. And the things that are coming around you, the problems that you face, deflect when it hits you, because your standing rock is the Lord. So this 10-minute devotional, I hope it will help you through your understanding for Christ. And you and me have a sense of chatter, and if we understand that there is chatter in our minds, then only then we can look for change, because acceptance is the first thing to change, or the first step to change. Let us finish our 10-minute devotional with a word of prayer. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the people that have been present in front of us. We thank you for the sense of understanding that you have given us, and we thank that the grace of your life is following us wherever we go. Let us find the chatter in our lives and let us put an end to it. Let us see this unnecessary conflict in our lives and find that clarity. Seek control over conflict, seek control over chaos, and seek control over your chatter. That is how the Lord will help you. You have to understand His blessings in you. I hope this 10-minute devotional helps you all, because it is done with great care and great understanding to be put out in front of you. We thank you all for your time, people, blessed people, and I hope that you will be blessed in the name of the Lord. Thank you.